because I didn't get into doing this to get a lot of followers, to get a lot of subscribers, to make money on YouTube. I got on here to share. I'm just at a crossroads of what to share because I feel guilty that I'm not actively engaging with the climate of the day. And then I am annoyed because it's so much negativity and I have no desire to be a part of the negativity. But yet I still find myself watching it and it makes me anxious. I cannot continue to watch the doom and gloom that's going on social media. It's so much negativity. And the content creators that I do like, I sometimes feel guilty watching them because I'm like, well, should I be doing something? What should I be doing? You know, should I be enjoying watching this? Well, I think I need some type of, break from all of the tragedy, from all of the drama. But is this what I need to be doing in 2025 in the climate that we're in America? I don't know why it is becoming more and more difficult for me to create content. I know people say, just get in front of the camera and film, just record, just push record. It's just becoming more and more difficult for me. I don't know how some of my YouTube friends are I don't know how you guys are doing in this climate that we're in. And that's for me where the stagnation is. I at times feel guilty. Like, here you are sitting up here making or creating content when all of this stuff is going on around us in our world, in America. And and I'm sitting up here talking about weight loss, and I'm sitting up here talking about, my lock journey. And, I've never been a person to talk politics. That's not me. I've not been the controversial type of content creator. I don't do the stitches. I simply record my life. My channel is called Life Her Way. And it was started because I wanted to ensure that I left a little me when I was no longer on this planet, that I existed and I mattered, and I did that by way of recording my life and putting it on this thing called YouTube. But there's so much going on. And I'm wondering, what should I truly be discussing? Do I want to be, I don't want to say out of the loop, or I don't know if I want to seem as though I'm out of touch with what's going on. Is this what I need to be doing? I don't know. I don't know. I want to desperately put out content that resonates with people. And when I say people, it could be one person, again, because I am documenting my life. I'm sharing my life, and it's life my way. I lived my life for others for a very long time. And not that I was a people pleaser, and not that, I did everything people told me to do. But when my mother was living, I never wanted to embarrass her. I never wanted to bring shame on the family. And I haven't. I still haven't, and so in that sense, I wanted to make sure, again, I think that's why for many, many years, I was a good girl for God. If you watched any of my videos, I was extremely uber religious. I was diehard. I was very religious. And I think I was like that because, again, I wanted to ensure that I was always making my mother proud. And when she passed at the age of 84, I have no doubt my mother was extremely proud of who I was as a woman. And I am glad on so many facets. I'm so glad that my mother's not here to feel, to be, to witness what is going on. I'm glad she did not live through COVID, because my mother never got a for real diagnosis, but I could easily say that my mother suffered from OCD. So we probably never would have seen my mother during COVID, because she would have never let us in her home because of how, she wouldn't let you in her house if she thought you had a cold, if you said you had a cold, and you better not even come by if you said you had the flu. So my mother was truly a germaphobe. Like, don't come by, don't do any of that. So during the COVID outbreak, there was no way we would have been able to be around my mother. I'm confident of that. And then now to be in this climate of uncertainty, watching people on these YouTube streets, on TikTok and on Facebook. And I'm saying all this, I'm not on those internet streets. I'm just on YouTube. But knowing when I watch these YouTube videos and how people are saying that, they have family, they have friends, and they themselves have lost their jobs. Some of them guys have lost their jobs. They have been called back to their jobs only to be fired again. And some of these stories are of people who have uprooted their families, moved sometimes to a different state, sometimes moved to another apartment, a bigger apartment, a more expensive apartment or home, only to be told that their job has now been rescinded. And now they have to turn around and go back to where? Or try to find gainful employment of where they are. I am fortunate. I am grateful. I am so glad that at this point, we're not dealing with that at my job. But sometimes I feel guilty because so many people are going through, and I'm sitting up here making content about food, weight, and hair. Push the button to say and record. Well, that's what I'm doing, because this is my life. This is life my way. And I don't know what else to do, again, because I don't fit in to any of those other genres of YouTubers where even they vlog. I try, and I'm going to continue to try to vlog. It just takes a lot. Like, my my desire is to sit like this right in front of the camera and just talk, and then turn around and edit and put it out there. And whoever watches it, whoever it resonates with, resonates. But I don't have the energy to put the camera up and then play like I'm walking into a place, put the camera up, play like I'm walking out of a place, because then you got to go back and get the camera. I'm going to try it, but right now, I don't have the energy for that. I just want to share my life on these YouTube streets. And however that looks, however that resonates, it is what it is. And I'm happy for my YouTube sisters who are getting the 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations to you all. And I was watching that and I said to myself, what if you got 1,000? What if you got the 4,000? Because I think the 4,000 is the area where you truly could possibly get paid. When I tell you, I don't know enough about this to really have a conversation. So I'm not going to get into it, because I didn't get into doing this to get a lot of followers, to get a lot of subscribers, to make money on YouTube. I got on here to share. I'm just at a crossroads of what to share, because I feel guilty that I'm not actively engaging with the climate of the day. And then I am annoyed because it's so much negativity and I have no desire to be a part of the negativity. But yet I still find myself watching it, and it makes me anxious. So who the fool? I don't want to watch it, but I watch it. I'm definitely not talking about it, but I guess I am talking about it right now. But I want to have fun doing this. I want to enjoy doing this. And when I was sick with the flu and I wasn't doing it, when I'm saying doing it, like when I wasn't recording and making videos when I was sick, I was like, when am I gonna make another video? I don't know. Should I make another video? Well, do you really want to make another video? And if you do, what about? Like, I was looking in my book. So I have a journal. It's not a journal, but it's a catch-all book, but we'll call it a catch-all journal. And in there, I have video content ideas. I literally just bought one of, I'm going to say my YouTube girlfriend. So I just bought her content creator journal. Is it a journal? Am I making that up, girl? If you're watching this, I'm sorry if I made that up. But it's a content creator journal. I don't know if it says journal or not. But I just bought that because I want to see if I am going to be deliberate and diligent in trying to put some things together. I looked in my catch-all journal and I saw all these video ideas. I saw where I had these things called, I don't know what it was titled, but it was like asking my friends all of these questions, and that I would want to ask them these questions while they were either doing their hair and makeup or taking off their hair and makeup if they have a wig on. But that was the whole premise, was to ask my friends these questions while they're doing this. And again, if y'all want to take that idea, honey, you could take it, because I probably won't be doing it. So if you want to tell your girlfriends, hey, I want to ask you questions while you put on your hair and makeup, or I want to ask you questions while you take off your hair and makeup, take it, do it. I have no intention of doing it. I don't. But I had that one in there, and I just found just a lot of events that I wanted to do in my community in this book. And I'm just like, is this something we should be doing? Like, what am I supposed to be doing right now? I want to be happy, but I find myself constantly being pulled into the negativity, to the doom and gloom, to the, whoa, what's gonna happen next? And, oh, I can't believe that happened. I find myself being pulled in that arena, and I don't like it. So I don't know where I'm going to be going with my channel, because I was like, I haven't even weighed myself, let alone posted, how much I weigh, because I am so uninterested in my weight journey. I'm so uninterested in my lock journey. I'm uninterested. So if I'm uninterested, it's hard for me to make content about it. Not to say that I won't get back in it, but right now, I don't know. I'm just sharing. I'm just being vulnerable, and this is Vita with Life Her Way. Y'all have a good one. Bye, y'all.